Hello, everybody. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm Rhiannon. I am a full-time professional tarot reader and astrologer. I work on some of the world's top psychic hotlines, but I also like to make YouTube videos. And the videos are usually going to be based upon what I'm learning and what I'm studying. And it always helps me to solidify that when I help other people learn as I learn. So somebody had asked in one of the groups that I'm in that focuses on true sidereal astrology, and that is the method of astrology that I am really focusing on. I spent many years in Western tropical and Hermetic astrology, and I'm transitioning into true sidereal. So if you're new here, true sidereal is a astrological system that goes based off of the actual planetary energy as it is in the night sky. And Western tropical is a seasonal system. So this is why you hear people saying Sagittarius season, Scorpio season, because the sun or the moon or whatever planets they're talking about are not in fact in those zodiac signs. They are where they would have been 2,000 years ago. So true sidereal is the only system that I'm aware of that goes based off of the actual planetary placements as well as the actual signs. So what makes up the zodiac signs? Because there are plenty of other constellations in the sky. So the zodiac is the constellations on the ecliptic that the sun goes through. Okay. And I think the other planets as well. I know the other planets, but and it's kind of an interesting thing because Ophiuchus is one of those, and it used to be part of the system, then it was taken out. But there's another constellation called Cetus that is between Aries and Taurus, and they've taken that out too. That's a whole nother rabbit hole we don't have the bandwidth to get into today. But Ophiuchus is a very interesting energy, and we just finished Ophiuchus season a few weeks ago. Now we're in Sagittarius, and I seen somebody in the group asking about what herbs would be associated with Ophiuchus. And I thought that is such a great question. So immediately I started researching and grabbing my books. And here's the thing, you guys have to remember that if you're going to be a true sidereal astrologer, or anytime you're going to be studying something, the true occult knowledge, occult meaning hidden knowledge, which is what Ophiuchus is all about, sharing that 8th house with Scorpio, is that it's not going to get spoon-fed to you. So you're going to have to be able to think outside the box a little bit. Okay, so I did go ahead and grab my Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. Now, of course, they're going to go based off of the 12 traditional zodiacs. So if you're just going to come in here and look for Ophiuchus, you're not going to find anything, right? So again, be willing to think outside the box. These are my opinions. These are my choices of what I feel like makes sense. If you disagree, that's fine. And actually, if you have other ones that you think are better, I would love to hear about them. Please leave a comment below. But so the first thing that I want to say is that I think all herbs and all healing are associated with Ophiuchus, because Ophiuchus is ruled by Chiron, the wounded healer. So really any herb for that matter could be. Okay. Also, because it's the 13th sign, the element is ether. So, you know, because when you're looking up correspondences, the herbs are going to be masculine or feminine. Are they going to be fire, earth, water, you know, whatever. So again, there's not going to be any herbs here for ether. So, you got to think outside the box, right? I did notice one of the things that I seen as like a trend is I noticed that a lot of the herbs that I could see working for Ophiuchus were ruled by Jupiter, which most Sagittarians or people that think they have Sagittarius placements in Western tropical end up being Ophiucan placements. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So without further ado, so anyway, I use this book, of course, the interwebs, and my Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. So let's dive in. Number 1 was the so perfect, which is an herb called Asclepius, which is AKA milkweed. Okay, so Asclepius, which is the Greek god of healing. Asclepius was the great god of healing. Okay. The herb is named after Asclepius, the Greek god of healing and medicine, who is also the mythological figure associated with Ophiuchus. So he's the snake bearer. Okay. Asclepius has medical properties and is used to treat wounds, infections, and snake bites. The snake, the Kundalini, So a little bit more on that. Asclepius or milkweed. This herb can help Ophiuchus heal physical and emotional wounds, as well as protect from harmful influences. Asclepius, or again, milkweed, is also associated with transformation, rebirth, and resurrection. Transformation, that's what Ophiuchus is all about. Which resonate with Ophiuchus's ability to overcome challenges and rise from ashes. These are just my own personal notes here that I typed up and printed out. So, if you want to have access to things like this, I do have a subscription group membership. You can please make sure you're following me on really all my social medias. I'm on TikTok as Rhiannon Rambles Official. My Facebook is Reads Tarot. I also have a divination group called Oracle Obsessed, but I'll link my links below. And of course, if you're interested in knowing what your true sidereal placements are, or if you have any Ophiuchus placements, you can book a natal chart reading with me. That will also be in the description area below. So yeah, Asclepius is the wounded healer. So it makes sense that the herb Asclepius or milkweed would be my number one choice, right? Number two is Chironia. There is an herb called Chironia, and it's called Chironia centauri. So this herb can help Ophiuchus balance their generosity and selflessness with their own needs and boundaries. Chironia can also enhance Ophiuchus's wisdom, intuition, and compassion, which are essential for their healing and spiritual work. Okay, so Chironia, this herb is obviously named after Chiron, the wise centaur who taught Asclepius the art of healing. So the centaur is actually who taught the healing too. So maybe I should have made Chironia number one and Asclepius number two, but those are technicalities. Okay. Another contender was hyssop. This herb is mentioned in the Bible as a symbol of cleansing and purification. Hyssop is used to treat respiratory infections, sore throat, and cough. So I don't know. All healing is Ophiuchus. Another contender we have here is eucalyptus. This herb can help cleanse and purify the energy of Ophiuchus, as well as enhance its mental clarity and focus. Ophiuchus is the sign of wisdom and enlightenment, and eucalyptus can help clear any obstacles or distractions that may hinder spiritual growth. Ginger. This herb can boost the power and prosperity and passion of Ophiuchus, as well as help overcome any challenges or difficulties. Ophiuchus is a sign of transformation. Ginger can help ignite this in a fiery spirit. I was going to say, sorry, I should have made better notes, but like one of the herbs that I noticed was Jupiter in energy was sage, and sage is one of my picks as well. The herb sage is obviously a very common herb. The herb is known for spiritual and magical properties, as well as its culinary and medicinal uses. Sage is used to enhance memory, improve mood, and protect against evil spirits. But if we pull up sage here, obviously this has a ton about sage, but folk names: garden sage, red sage, gender masculine, planet Jupiter, element air. And air, is similar to aether. Did you guys ever watch The Fifth Element with Lilu? She was the fifth element, aether. She was Ophiuchus. She was the wounded healer. Powers of sage are immortality, longevity, wisdom, protection, and wishes. And I do think that immortality makes sense, because I think that, for me, it's all about breaking out of the matrix, out of this time-space continuum, and that would be immortality and saving, your soul. Magical uses. Sage has been utilized to ensure a long life, sometimes even immortality. This is done by eating some of the plant every day, or at least in May. In May, I don't know why in May. For he who would live, for I must eat sage in Maine. It looks in May, not Maine. Looks like it came from like an old book or something. Sage is carried to promote wisdom, and the leaves are used in countless healing and money spells. To guard yourself against contracting the dreaded evil eye, wear a small horn filled with sage. There are a few curious gardening tips concerning sage. First, it is bad luck to plant sage in your own garden. A stranger should be found to do the work. Second, a full bed of sage brings ill luck, so ensure that some other plant shares the plot. If you desire to make a wish come true, write it on a sage leaf and hide it beneath your pillow. Very cool. But anyway, I just thought, because again, in the medical properties of it, I thought that sage would be a good one. Lavender. This herb can bring peace, harmony, and love to Ophiuchus, as well as calm its nerves and enhance its sleep. Ophiuchus is a sign of balance and compassion, and lavender can help soothe its restless soul and attract positive energy. So, Horehound. I used to love Horehound candies. I used to go to my grandma and grandpa Jepson's. That was my maiden name. And they lived in this little town. They used to run a little gas station with a little penny store in it. And they had all these penny candies, and Horehound was one of my favorite. If you've never had one, they're a little hard candy. They're really delicious. They're not too sweet either. Like they would be next to like the lemon heads and the little root beer barrels and stuff like that. Horehound. This herb can help heal, protect, and exorcise any unwanted influences from Ophiuchus, as well as sharpen its mind and dispel any illusions. Ophiuchus is a sign of courage and truth, and Horehound can help fortify its will and discernment. That's giving very much Mercury and Ophiuchus, which I'm going to do the video on that next. So, mugwort. Mugwort. This herb can stimulate prophetic dreams, visions, and astral travel of Ophiuchus, as well as strengthen its psychic abilities, because again, 8th house, Scorpio, and Ophiuchus share that house. So anything that's really associated with divination, psychic abilities, you're just going to have to think outside the box. Of course, it makes sense to go look at the Sagittarian herbs as well as the Scorpion, because Ophiuchus is right in between those, right? Because again, I'm not saying that this is it. I'm just saying these are the ones that made sense to me. I hope you have some, leave some down below that you think would be good. So anyway, mugwort. This herb can stimulate prophetic dreams, visions, astral travel, strengthen its psychic abilities and connection with spirit realm. Ophiuchus is a sign of healing and divination, and mugwort can help open the third eye and access hidden potential. So that one makes a lot of sense. That's it. Chironia, Asclepius, lavender, horehound, mugwort, ginger, eucalyptus. So those are the ones that I came up with, but for sure, I don't think I'm pronouncing his name right. Asclepius? Am I pronouncing that right? I really never studied Greek mythology, so I'm not the best on that. So hopefully I pronounced that right, but Chironia. So I hope this was helpful, you guys, and make sure that you are interacting with these videos. 1, so that I'm motivated to make them. 2, so that they get pushed out to a larger audience, because the more that we bring Ophiuchus back into the mainstream, the easier it's going to be for us all to learn, the more resources there's going to be. We have to help each other out. So please do give it a thumbs up and a comment, and make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, and look forward to a video about Mercury and Ophiuchus next. See ya.